Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Barbell Baddies podcast. I am your host, NPC wellness competitor, MARISA Beltran. On this podcast, we'll be talking about fitness, bodybuilding, mindset, self-belief, and all things in between. If you're a person who's interested in going to the gym, wanting to learn more about bodybuilding, wanting to create better habits to achieve your goals through self-belief and mindset, then you're in the right place. Happy freaking Monday! How has everybody been? How are you feeling right now in this moment as you're listening to this? Right now, in this moment, I am feeling super grateful. I just want to take a quick moment to reflect and thank you all for being here. This is episode 10. We made it to the double digits. I have been posting weekly podcast episodes since the first Monday of the year, which means the podcast has been going on for 10 weeks. Like, that sounds so crazy to me. Like, I have been podcasting for 10 weeks, and that's something I never thought I would even do for 1 week. This podcast would not have gotten to the double digits without your support. And I know, like I said, 10 episodes might seem small, but it's a big win for me. Eventually, we'll get to the triple and quadruple. So I'm just really excited and really happy that everybody has been listening and supporting. So thank you. Okay, so now that we're all done with all the cheesy stuff, today we're going to talk about confidence, and specifically how bodybuilding helped me have more confidence in myself and how I'm able to apply that confidence to other aspects of my life, and how hopefully you can apply what I share in your lives too. This topic has been on my radar to discuss for a while. So shout out to Yeslin who suggested it. And also, if anyone ever wants to know more about certain topics or subjects, DM me on the podcast Instagram or my personal one, or email me. All this info is always available in the podcast description notes. I want to discuss things you all care about or things that you are interested in as well. And maybe, there is a topic or subject that I am interested in, but I just haven't been made aware of it. So I always want to, hear from y'all. I always wanted to talk about confidence on the podcast, but I just didn't know how, because I don't feel like I'm the most confident person. And maybe me feeling like I'm not an expert in confidence is either a lack of confidence or imposter syndrome. But I do think building confidence in yourself is a lifelong process, and it will not happen overnight. So as I'm on this journey, and as you are all on this journey, remember to be compassionate with yourself. I know we all are so used to things coming so quickly, but when it comes to internal work, it doesn't always happen so quickly. When I look back on my journey with having confidence in myself, in this moment, speaking to all of you is the most confident I have ever felt in my life. I think this is a great question to think about as you're listening to this episode. Can you name a time in your life you felt the most confident? If you say anything other than right now, what changed? What happened? What were you doing at that time to make you feel that that was the most confident you were in your life? And to preface, with this episode, I know that there's many different physical or practical ways to gain confidence in yourself. And that can be in its own episode, but this is not one of those episodes. I know we always hear that confidence comes from within, and I used to be a person that would brush it off because it just sounded so cliche. But after my competition prep, I was totally wrong. So this episode is about how you can gain confidence from within. The first way that bodybuilding helped me gain confidence in myself was learning to trust myself and build mental resilience. So let's talk about mental resilience first. When I first started consistently going to the gym, it helped my confidence a little because I was seeing changes, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted. After about 2 years of seeing slow and small amounts of progress in the gym, I decided to pursue bodybuilding. And I won't go into detail because episode 1, 2, and 3 really explain that story deeper. But when I started seeing physical changes in my body through high cardio, tough workout sessions, everything that a competition prep consists of, it was that mental resilience that I can do anything that built my confidence. And I will say, not to sound vain, and I'm going to be real with y'all, seeing abs and seeing my muscles for the first time also helped me have more confidence. But I want to emphasize, confidence is not all about looks. I personally know, and I guess small trigger warning as well, I know I have body dysmorphia. So even though I was getting lean and was gaining confidence through seeing my physique changing, I was never 100% happy with my body. I was probably not even ever 90 or 80% happy with my body. So if you're someone that also has body dysmorphia, don't ever think that when you change your physique and you see abs or you see your muscles or, you're growing those glutes that you will be 100% happy. Because if you're not happy within, you will never, ever be happy when your physique is changing. What really built that confidence was that if I can go through that physical and mental battle of pushing my body to its limits, then I can do anything in life. Imagine doing something you have never done before and it being one of the hardest things ever, but you get through it and you get through it successfully. And a successful competition prep can look different and mean different for everyone. But what I consider a successful prep is if I followed protocol, didn't have any major health concerns that discontinued my prep, and if I was able to make it to stage in one piece. That mental toughness of knowing no matter what comes your way, you will surpass it, that feels like a different kind of confidence, a different level, something that a bomb selfie with great lighting could never compare to. An example of mental resilience, I think, can be best described in the gym. So imagine you're doing some squats and you're working out with your friend. Your friend puts some weight that you've never done before, and you're unsure if you can even do it because it looks super heavy and you've never done it, so you're scared. But you put yourself under the bar, start, pushing through those reps, and you get through 10, 12, 15 reps. You are building that mental resilience in that moment because even though you were scared to push heavy weight and you didn't think you could do it, you freaking did it. Another example of mental resilience outside of the gym can be viewing challenges in your life as opportunities. When you don't get the job you wanted, when you fail a class, when you receive a bad performance review, if you're going through a breakup, having mental resilience would mean you would look at those quote unquote failures as opportunities. Maybe you're not supposed to get that job because they were going to underpay you. Maybe you're going through a breakup because it forces you to focus on yourself, and that's something that you've been needing and wanting to do, but just haven't been able to. All right, now let's talk about trusting yourself. Building mental resilience did naturally come with creating discipline, and I think staying disciplined throughout my whole prep taught me that I can trust myself. This trust in myself helped me have so much more confidence. This was actually the game changer. When you know that you're a person who keeps their word, not only to others, but more importantly, yourself, when you know you are a person who says you're going to do something and do it, you are able to achieve those goals you have set for yourself. You're able to get what you want in your life. And I know that when we think of confidence, we think about our appearance. I'm going to be saying that all throughout because I want to emphasize this. But I want to say it again. I have learned confidence is so much deeper than what is on the surface level. If you're having a hard time thinking about how trusting yourself can be applied to other areas of your life, here's an example. I have mentioned on this podcast that I want to become an immigration lawyer. And when I was pursuing this in my early 20s, I'm 27 now, I failed. But now I know why I failed. I failed because I did not have that discipline I needed to study for the law school admittance test, or the LSAT for short. And if I did not have that discipline to study for this test, how could I expect myself to have discipline in law school where I would be presented with a difficult and rigorous curriculum? Also, side note, I'm actually happy I did fail because I was able to experience other things like working for nonprofits, running for city council, working for attorneys that all helped me feel way more confident now to apply and be successful in law school. I feel so much more confident now about the LSAT because I know what kind of discipline it will take to study even when I don't want to study. I have that trust in myself that when I tell myself on these days, on these certain times, I only study for the LSAT and nothing else, I know I'm going to do it. As you continue to listen, think about the trust, the discipline, that mental resilience. Do you have these things within yourself? If you do, how strong are they? How big of an influence does it have on you? Okay, now, number 2. The second way bodybuilding helped me have more confidence was through posing and being on stage. I always say that posing is a great way to express femininity in the sport of bodybuilding that is viewed as masculine. So when you think of femininity, what do you think of? When I think of femininity, I think of just flowiness, softness, being in tune with your body. When you're posing, you are doing the mandatory poses that the judges want to see. When posing, the judges are looking for a certain level of leanness, certain muscle groups, certain symmetry. But you're not just going up there and just doing the poses. There is a whole flow to your presentation. I have a background as a competitive baile folklorico dancer, and I've participated in multiple Hooter pageants. So to me, the transitions from pose to pose felt like I was dancing on stage. The actual poses reminded me of being on stage at the Hooter pageants. When you're transitioning from pose to pose, there's some flair, there's some spice to it. Whether that be flowy arms, different nudges with shoulders or hips, or maybe you're flipping your hair. Posing to me is a great way to get in tune with your body. I learned so much about my body through posing, and it actually helped me a lot when it came to working out because I was able to have a better mind to muscle connection, because when you pose, you're also flexing certain muscle groups. When you're able to know your body, you get to be more in touch with your feminine side. And if any male listeners are listening, you also have a feminine side. We all have masculine and feminine energy. When I think about, my whole physique and putting all my poses together on stage, I gained so much more confidence in other aspects of my life. When you're walking on stage, you walk up with your back straight, chin up, smiling. You're bringing confidence to the stage. You're showing the judges that you're proud of yourself, that you gave it your 100% no matter what. You're still a winner because you made it to the stage. I think in general, if you're a person who gives it your all in whatever you're doing in life with confidence, then I say that you're a freaking badass person. But as an example on how being in tune with your body can be applied to other areas of your life, think about when you're walking into a room. Are you walking in scared and slouched over? Or are you walking in with your back straight, chin up, walking in with confidence? Think about walking into an interview or giving a speech. You're going to walk in knowing you are that girl or you are that boy because you gave it your all to be in that room, to be in that space. And that feeling is way better than getting likes or views on your social media posts. Being on stage, posing, and presenting my physique also helped me have an I don't give an F attitude, because I think it goes back to that mental resilience, that if I can push my mind and body to its limits and bring a bomb-ass presentation to stage in front of people and judges, then people's opinions of me don't matter. All that matters is what I think of myself, because I trust myself. When you walk into a room knowing you deserve to be there, that you're in your spot to be there, You stop caring about what other people think. I stopped seeking validation from others because I was validating my own feelings. I validate myself. And there's so many different ways to practice being in tune with your body other than posing. You can meditate, you can do breath work, you can do yoga. Find what feels good for you. Find what resonates with you. So to summarize everything, the 2-ish ways, and I say 2-ish because number 1 was like 2 in 1. So the 2-ish ways bodybuilding helped me have more confidence in myself was building mental resilience and learning to trust myself. And the second way was learning to be more in tune with my body. And if you're listening to this episode and want to compete in a bodybuilding show to gain more confidence in yourself, please listen to episode 9 before making your decision. Bodybuilding is not easy, but to me, it was one of the best experiences I have ever had. So that's why I'm always talking about it. But still, it is not a light decision to make. Overall, no matter where you are on your confidence journey, here's your reminder that you're still that baddie, you're still that girl, you are still that boy. You are wonderfully made and you are capable. So, to conclude today's episode, let's share some gratitude. Let me know in the Q&A box below, email me or DM me 3 things you're grateful for today. And let's see, it's 6:05 and I still have not done this. So today I am grateful for another day off. I was able to clean, go grocery shopping. So I'm grateful that I'm able to have slower days to be able to, clean and do my errands. The second thing I'm grateful for is I'm grateful that, oh my gosh, this is kind of hard. I also don't want to say like the same thing every time. And I mean, that's to say, that's not a bad thing. So I would say the second thing I'm grateful for, I'm actually really grateful that I got a new partnership with the supplement brand. They have other things other than supplements. It's called Prozi. I'll link it in the podcast notes below. But I'm grateful that I have opportunities like that. That was the first time I was sent so many different things for free, just for partnering with them. So I'm really grateful that opportunities like this are coming my way. And then number 3, I am grateful for being able to spend time with my family, but specifically my little sister. We were able to hang out today and work out. So I'm grateful that, I'm able to spend time with my family. So as always, I hope you all have a wonderful week. I love chatting with y'all, and we will chat again next Monday. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. This podcast was inspired from my obsession with anime and bodybuilding, so I wanted to create and find a community of like-minded individuals. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review and a 5-star rating. Higher ratings and positive reviews can lead to increased visibility, making it easier for new listeners to discover this podcast. You can also follow the socials in the podcast description notes and DM me, email me with any questions, episode topics, or feedback.